Welcome to the 3G Fitness Podcast,
where three generations of trainers come together to discuss all things fitness related.
Join us as we share insights, tips, and stories from our diverse experiences as we unravel the secrets of staying fit.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3G's Fitness Podcast. My name is Cisco. I am the millennial.
My name is Michael. I am the baby boomer.
And I'm Kyle, the youngest generation of these old heads.
There it is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, over the weekend, the Olympics just got started, 2024 in Paris.
Yeah, that's it.
So, everyone's a little excited over here. So, we want to kind of like briefly just dive into our experiences with watching it and whatnot. But we're going to get the young buck to kind of give us a little bit of history on the origins on the Olympics. What do you got over there for us, Kyle?
The origins of the Olympics started in ancient Greece.
Ooh.
And it was mainly as a way to honor the god Zeus. And the first modern Olympics started in, it was started by a French educator and historian by the name of Pierre de Coubertin in 1896 as a way to bring world peace.
1896.
Through sportsmanship, yes, through sports.
Oh.
It's pretty cool.
I like the meaning
That's
behind
some
that.
good history there, bro.
Yeah, man. World history is a big thing. I mean, world history, world peace.
Well, world peace.
World peace.
You know, they do
born.
say sports do unite people. Sports is a good way to unite people no matter what.
It is.
And you said that was
Through
in
sportsmanship.
in 1980. No,
1896.
1896. So right before Michael was born, right?
Yeah, just a few
Yes,
years.
just a little bit, exactly.
Well, Mike, what was being the boomer? What was your first memory of the Olympics?
Probably in '68. That was probably when I first realized that the Olympics was happening. I was young, so I didn't really understand. But the one that stood out the most was 1972, which was the Munich Olympics, because the Palestinians took capture of the Israeli athletic camp and killed 11 people. So it was a
Damn.
big piece of news on the TV. It was black and white, but it was a big piece of news.
Did they kill like the athletes or?
Yeah, there were some of that were they took them hostage to protest the war that was going on, that actually is going on right now with them. So this war has been going on for so long with them, But they took capture of it and they killed 11 people, and so the news was worldwide. It was big because they held the camp for, I'm not sure how long, but it was for a good period of time.
And that was during the Olympics too.
It was
So
during
there
the-
was
it
more
was
eyes
during the-
already because of the Olympics.
Right, and a lot of athletes were being sent home, and the Olympics really didn't get really completed and underway, and it was big news.
That was 72. So then how
1972.
how did the next Olympics, I would say, maybe recover from that? Or
Oh,
do you
4
remember?
years.
Yeah.
And after 4 years, you kind of like will recover, and
Time heals everything, right?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, after the 70, it was the 72 Olympics. After that was the 76 Olympics, which was held in Montreal. But then at times South Africa was going through apartheid, and they protested against New Zealand because New Zealand was still dealing with apartheid back in then. So they protested that. So every Olympics has had some kind of protest situation in them, and it's a platform for a lot of countries too.
It is a platform, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a really big platform.
Show we're against this, we're against that, and they use the athletes as a tool to do that. And I think that's really, it's hard on an athlete because they have to, when you train for 4 years, right? Mm-hmm. And you've trained hard and worked hard, went through all your training regiments and everything to get to that one date, and then you have to deal with protesters and interfering with the Olympics. You have to be able to keep focused. You have to be worried that something doesn't break out. Mm-hmm. So it's tough for Olympic athletes to do their sport and do it with perfection.
That's so crazy that you're saying that, because so your memories are from the 60s, the 70s.
Yeah.
My personal memories of the Olympics was more like 2000s, more 2004. That's when I personally remember the rise of one Michael Phelps, you know. And going back to what you just said, they trained,
which was in Athens. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah.
Athens, Greece.
And Michael Phelps is USA's
Yeah.
most decorated gold medalist. I don't know if that's changed or anything like that. That's how much I keep up with it.
He broke Mark Spitz records.
Yes.
And
But I remember the controversy that he was getting when they found out that he was smoking the ganja. He was smoking weed, and it was just like they took away sponsorships, they took him out of weedy boxes, and I remember that like this was in
Weedy boxes.
Yeah, like 2004, 2008, not realizing that the stress that is put on him. It's exactly what you said. He's been training 4 years. I even remember hearing on the radio, like the man was eating 10,000 calories a day when he was in his prime training, because he was just burning everything off. Yeah, he needed to eat that for how intense his training was. And I just remember, like, once they found out, like, oh, Michael Phelps is smoking weed, all the sponsorships went away, and
they did.
Yeah, it was looking frowned down upon. But then, like, now I think everything's a little bit more acceptable in 2024. But he even said it. He was going through a mental break, like. That was his escape, It was like I needed to be away from the spotlight. I needed something to calm my nerves and my anxiety. So it's these
but the public doesn't see that.
No. Well, the public sees a swimmer getting gold medalist being a prime example on the most optimal stage of the world for sports. Like, it's one of those things that happens every 4 years.
I mean, well, okay, we go back. Let's go. I'm gonna piggyback on this one right here. I'm gonna go to the 1968 Olympics when John Carlos and Tommy Smith protested for racial equality. They were downsized by the public. They were chastised. They were medals were taken away, and they were booed
on them
for them in 1968.
I think they went on stage and like
they got
raised
on,
their
they got on
fist
the
up
podium
like this.
and they
Oh,
raised their fist with the glove.
yes, I know that
Now,
image. I've
But then
Yeah.
if you now go forward, they're looked at like heroes now because of the Kaepernick situation, kneeling down and all this and everything. They took that justice thing for equal rights, and they ended up becoming heroes, getting their Olympic medals back and stuff like that.
Well,
So that my point is that a lot of these protests that happen, it's coming
shaped-
all the way back now.
It's shaped up to what it is now. It's like you said, that sounds like that was more of a racial inequality protest, right?
Yeah.
Where it's funny, me and my fiance were just watching that Simone Biles Netflix that just came out, and she talked about being a black gymnast, where in the 90s they were all white. They didn't see that, so she never saw a representation of herself of color up there. And I think it wasn't until Gabby Douglas was
she had that big Olympic appearance and stuff up there.
And little by little, and it's fascinating watching that documentary on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It's only 2 episodes. Each episode is less than an hour long. Watch it when you get a chance. She explains how she wants to be a role model for like up and comers, because like growing up she knew she liked gymnastics, but like she never thought she would be an Olympic gold medalist because she never saw representation up there. And now they're showing that she's competing in world competitions before the Olympics, and I think there was a cool little image of her getting first place, second and third place, all of them on the podium, and all of them being black.
They've come a long way, man. They've come a long way.
She also went through a lot in the last Olympics where she had a mental breakdown.
Oh my God!
Where the Olympics prior to that, she was
a star. She was the golden star in 2016, 2020. Yeah.
So like the episode when we talked about mental breakdowns, mentally, it really affects athletes a lot. Because she had a serious mental breakdown last Olympics, but she came back.
Yeah.
And now she's at it now, and from my understanding, she's doing really well. So you can have those mental breakdowns and stuff and recover.
Yeah. And then like the other thing that kind of got me more into the Olympics, and Coyote might be able to speak on this, was the dream team for the NBA.
Hey.
Do you remember that?
He wasn't even born.
Were you
I've
born?
seen clips. I've seen
Oh,
clips.
you seen clips? Because
yeah.
I was gonna say,
I've
wait a
seen
minute,
clips.
someone
Come
lying
on now.
about their age, you know?
Who?
If you would have told me I saw the Dream Team, I'd be like, wait a minute, man.
I never said that. When did
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, he could just relate because he's a
Oh.
basketball
I
head.
know.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know.
Coyote.
I've seen the documentaries. Come on
I
now.
was gonna say, I saw the game. It was great.
You were there? You were
Oh,
personally there?
he was
You were in the stands?
Oh, he
No,
wishes
I was
he
out in
were.
front of TV.
So,
Okay.
But
Okay.
it was hey, you know why the Dream Team was built? Do you know why?
Why?
Because all the other countries were using their professionals, except the United States, they were using college players.
yeah.
And
Oh, that's right, because back then they didn't allow professionals to
Right.
play in the
So
Olympics
when Russia beat our college
for
players,
equality. Yeah.
they said, we're going to now let our professionals play. So they put together the Dream
The
Team.
Dream Team. Yeah.
You know,
And they killed it.
And they just went through this
They
whole
swept through
thing.
him.
And
You
that's
know.
and that's why, like I said, I wanted to bring up basketball because I'm very biased towards basketball. But there's so many sports. So many sports.
132 events.
132 events, like
Crazy.
Kyle said.
That's probably going to be more.
They probably will because they keep
100%.
adding more.
They do keep
adding
adding
more,
more.
yeah.
Come a
This
long
is
way.
this is where I think the three of us might kind of disagree or agree. What do you guys think is the toughest sport to train for in the Olympics? Come on, man. You already have one, Mike. Stop.
I got two. Well, actually, I think swimming sports are that dealing with water are the toughest because you got force against force. When you're in the water, you're fighting against the water's fighting against you. And then you got a breathing situation that you got to deal with when you go under. You have to be able to hold your breath for a certain period of time. And when you're doing synchronized swimming, those girls have to go in the water, and they got to stay down there and complete their routine down there, and then come back up at the same time, not touching the floor. And it's the same with water polo. You can't touch the floor on the water polo, so you got to keep your body moving. And then you got to go through the physical aspect of getting hit and getting bumped and getting dunked in the water. It's to me, it's a tough sport.
See, so that you
along with swimming too.
Okay. So when I always think the toughest sports of the Olympics, I will disagree with you on that. I think the decathlon, to me, is the toughest because there's so many different events you need to be good at. You know, they're all on land. So I will agree with you with the water. You're constantly moving in water, so I do agree that, yeah.
Yeah, the marathon swimming looks crazy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Marathon
I'm all like,
swimming.
but, you got to do the 100 meter, the long jump, the shot put, the high jump, the 400 meter, the
10 events,
110
10
meter.
events.
Yeah, you literally are doing discus throws, pole vault, you're jumping. Like, it's literally.
But they're not like right after each
They're,
other.
they're not. They're
Okay,
not.
so you get a break
Yeah.
in
Well,
between. But when you're in the water, when you're putting water polo and you're synchronized swimming and swimming, you're constantly moving.
But
constantly moving.
you're constantly moving, but is it for a long period of time? Here's the
for-
thing.
yeah,
It is
for a long period
right.
of
But
time.
like in water polo, I was just watching this the other day because it is fascinating, like how they're constantly with a ball right here, and so you're running plays like NBA and whatnot, and you're trying to shoot the goal, but they do have like, all right, boom, they'll switch the whole squad out, and then you get to rest. They do a lot of substitutions.
Well, I think all teams that have a team concept,
Has
a group,
subs.
switch players and stuff, but then in synchronized swimming, you don't do that.
Well, but then synchronized swimming isn't the routine like about 3 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes in water.
Yeah. Mike, can you swim?
Yeah, I can swim.
Okay.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. No, it is hard. Swimming is.
It's hard.
But I just think when you like synchronize
I mean,
swimming.
wait. Is that because I'm half brother or what? Is that
Crazy.
Man, why you always bring the race card?
Damn.
Yes, I did ask that because of that. It's because you don't strike me like a swimmer.
But I'm half Japanese, so they know how to swim too.
Yeah, they do. They
Okay,
do.
All right.
But I do feel
Can
like.
you swim?
Yeah.
Okay, see what I
Well,
tell
he's
you?
a surfer.
Yeah, but he's Asian too.
Well, what do you?
That's crazy.
I'm just, hey, just,
Hey, yeah, I get you.
okay.
But I would go more decathlon because I think there's multiple things you need to be good at. I will agree, practicing 1 hour of swimming is tough, but I feel like you're practicing for something specific. Where I think decathlons, you're practicing for multiple things.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What's up?
I want to know what yours is.
I don't know, dude. I was trying to go through the 132 sports. I'm not too sure, but I get both sides. I get both
But
sides.
what's your view? What do you
The
specific-
little
I
that
haven't-
you like to watch, and don't say basketball, man.
Surfing. Surfing is tough. Big ass waves.
Yeah, that's
They're in
right.
Tahiti right now.
It's true.
Yeah, they're in Tahiti.
They're
yeah,
in
'cause it's-
Tahiti,
and
and those are gnarly waves.
Those tubies and stuff, man, that's tough.
well, I think the element of surfing is you can never fully calculate how that wave is going to be, right?
Yeah.
You surf, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I've never gone like big waves like that, but even a white pad is like super dangerous at that levels.
I've never surfed. Have you ever surfed, Mike?
No, man, riptides, man. I don't play.
Dude, some of those dudes
Never
get
riptides,
slammed.
man. No.
What are the muscles that are mainly specific for surfing?
Everything.
Everything.
100% core, your lats.
Well, that's
your
that's
triceps. It's
any
a
kind
full
of
body.
that's any kind of water sport, really. You
Okay,
literally use
true,
your whole
true.
body.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's my point.
And there's a
You know,
balance
You use
component.
your whole body when you're in the water. You just can't use your legs and then be, stagnant with your upper body.
But there's no disrespect to any of the Olympic
No,
athletes.
no,
right?
no, no,
hell no.
Just-
You guys are where you're
They're
at.
all
Yes, because these
tough
athletes
sports.
train 4
Yeah,
years
100%.
for this one moment, and it's a do or die situation.
All right, then let me ask you this: what sport or what athletes do you think have the most pressure in the Olympics?
Well, in the Olympics, I'm gonna say this. This is kind of like
yeah,
this is kind of like out, but I think in the relay, the person that is gonna get the baton at the last person that received the baton, I think that's pressure.
Yeah,
Because if you're in the lead and you drop it,
that's actually
That's
pretty.
fair. That's fair. That was a
I
good,
was
that was a
about-
good answer.
yeah.
Yeah.
You get the very last one. I was gonna go with more like I honestly, after watching that Simone Biles thing, I might be just biased to that. I think gymnasts, man, because like it's when you get to the finals, it's all eyes on you and you alone. Where swimming, water polo, you're at least sharing the field with a lot of people.
Yeah.
The passing of the baton, you're at least sharing the field with a lot of people. But when you're like the only person performing a routine and all millions of eyes are on you,
Yeah.
I think the pressure is stacked on more on that.
Yeah.
But
because that pole that they climb on, no, I forgot what they call it.
Balance beam?
Yeah, the balance beam, man, that's tough. You by yourself?
Yeah, and
And
like
you-
as they're getting more to the finals, they're all watching them.
Yeah.
It's like to me, I think when it's more of a team sport, yes, I do agree with you though. Like that last
Yeah.
baton, like if you have the lead, if you drop it,
You dropped it. Everybody looks at that.
But also,
but
like to the point that you said earlier about just like having to represent for like just the females in general being in that that event, because females weren't able to participate in Olympics in the
Right.
past, right? They only were allowed in the 1900s. But even then, they only participated in 5 sports, and it wasn't until 2012 to where they were actually in every sport of the Olympics.
wait, in 2012.
2012, yeah.
Damn, really? It took
Crazy.
us that long to get them all involved.
Yep. So if she has
2012?
like that pressure,
And-
just
on
like
all the
representing.
Really? I
Yeah.
know.
2012.
2012.
All of them.
It's on the Olympics website.
Oh, you mean in every single sport?
In every single sport. In
But
every
they did
single
compete against women. Women compete against women, right?
Well,
sport. Yeah, like I
but-
say, in the 1900s, they're like out of the. Let me see.
Well, it's crazy because I could believe that because also the Olympics is worldwide.
Yeah.
You got a lot of countries
that don't allow women to.
So that's actually
especially
a very
in the Middle East.
yeah. So that's a very important detail to note that if 2012 they allowed that,
Yeah.
can you imagine what that might do to the other countries? Like the importance of it, not just the
Right.
importance
Exactly.
of
exactly.
involvement. Did you find it or?
Yeah, it said in 1900s of a total of 997 athletes, only 22 was women,
Okay.
and they were only in 5 sports: tennis, sailing, croquet, equestrianism, and golf. And then 2012 was when they were in every single sport.
So I think that's actually crazy, but
Yeah.
it's also, like I said, it's a worldwide thing. There's
It
a
is a
lot of
worldwide thing.
countries that in general,
Right now.
yeah, right now we're in 2024. So I think the importance of the Olympics is that representation. I think is what we should probably kind of come and realize.
100%.
You've talked about it where it was like in 1968, you know, they protested representation. You know, Simone Biles said it in the 1990s when she was watching. She didn't see. So I think the importance of the Olympics, yes, it brings world peace, like you mentioned, because it brings the sportsmanship in.
Right.
But I think it's gonna broaden representation to other countries as well too. You know?
100%.
I don't think a lot of countries.
I'm pretty
wanna
sure
be left
that's
out.
like the whole vision of the dude who started it, the Pierre de Coubertin.
Well, yeah. I mean, I never thought about it that you said it was for world peace, right?
World peace and just like to come to bring the countries together
Yeah.
through sports.
And I think that's actually.
Yeah, I think that's what the whole beginning of all this was to bring all the countries together. But it was to bring all the countries together and be able to compete against the best athletes in the world. Okay,
Yes.
where you're just not competing to the best athletes in your country, but you're competing against the best athletes in the world.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that's a bigger stage that you're getting ready to get on. You know.
Yeah, because he was fascinated about like the mental and physical challenges of this whole thing.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
know, I mean, you know, when you have to train for 4 years to get to that point, being that you probably trained as a little child, as a prodigy of your sport, and then now you're getting up to that competitive level, going through your youth, and then you finally get up to that national level, and then you get up to that level of to where you're now qualifying for the Olympic team.
Crazy.
Big deal.
And then you're going.
Crazy.
Then you're going to that Olympics, and going against the world. And that
To
is
represent for your
That's
country.
a lot of pressure, man.
A lot
Yeah.
of pressure, but a lot of glory that comes with it. And like I said,
No
Yeah.
doubt, no
Yeah.
doubt. When you win a gold medal, I think it does a lot for you in your professional career, because I think any employer that sees a person that went to the Olympics and won a gold medal is automatically going to think that this person is a hard worker.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's a driven worker, that he's focused on what he's doing, you know, because it says a lot about you,
it does.
you know, as an athlete and as a person. See,
But imagine the feeling of like getting your first gold medal for your country.
Oh, it's
Crazy.
you see 'em- you see a lot of them cry.
Oh, absolutely. I think in 2021, Filipino weightlifter won their first gold medal for the Philippines.
I'm still waiting for El Salvador to represent, man. Anyways, you
Get up there.
I love you guys. I love El Salvador. We gotta get there one day. Do something. You know, Mexico.
go Philippines. Let's go Philippines.
My Mexican side already represents here and there. We good at boxing, so
Do you guys have anybody there?
so we want to wish a good luck to all the athletes that are
Yes,
participating.
good luck to all the athletes.
You guys have been
If
working
you
hard.
guys- I was just gonna say, if you guys want to watch it or try to, keep up with it, you can watch it on NBC, right? It's on NBC.
Yeah, I've been watching it on the
California.
Peacock Network,
Yeah, or
so
Peacock.
we out
Yeah,
here promoting
Peacock
things that we
Network.
probably
Yeah.
shouldn't be. But you know what? Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely follow us, you guys. And also, once again, let's go USA. Good luck.
Go USA.
We'll catch you guys on the next episode.